2 years. It's going to take a little bit more time. And up to 2035, I do believe that pretty much everything will have almost changed anyway. There'll be very few combustion engines left on the road.
And how long do you think that transition is going to take, in your opinion, Rahim, from what you've seen and the cost of it?
For example, Germany has already put down a very, very large e-infrastructure. Here in this factory alone, we're about to put up 20 fast chargers. So I think slowly the rest of the world will follow. Most of the big OEMs are going electric, and the electric car technology, once you get into it, is actually better. Once you get used to driving an electric car, it becomes very difficult to go back to a combustion engine.
How quickly is technology changing the landscape?
It's changing as we speak, and it is completely changing the landscape. I also think that the next generation will play a very big role, because they will want to get into electric cars. If you look at the London taxi, a year and a half ago, they were all combustion engines. Today, I would say 75% of them in London are all electric. The speed of change has been incredible.
Is it expensive for the transition for a lot of car manufacturers, and do you think they're willing to take that on?
Most car manufacturers are very large OEMs, and they have already decided to go down this path. I do not see it coming back. There are very few companies like ourselves that have been able to switch, and so successfully, into the technology that we've now demonstrated.
Do you feel it's a risk, though?
It is a massive risk. Everything is a risk, but we have to do what's right, and this is definitely the right way forward.
How much do you think the decision to go purely electric has to do with the climate crisis?
I think it has a lot to do with the climate crisis. At the same time, it is a lot cleaner. Once you get used to driving an electric car, they're a lot quicker. There's a lot more that can happen. There's a lot less wastage when it comes to parts and repair. We can get them to last longer. One of the things that we did, I think, which is very different from everybody else, and it was a decision of mine that everybody told me not to do, and I said, no, we have to do it, is you can upgrade the battery pack in this car. The entire interior is timeless. There are screens and things, but they're not the main thing. So it'll never get old. You will always be able to come back, upgrade this car, and keep it going. Whereas I think some of the other cars will need to undergo heavy changes in order to stay with the times.
Of course, there's a little bit of debate about how sustainable and environmentally friendly batteries will be going forward. How do you feel?
I think growing up a bit in Africa as well, in an oil-rich country, I see the damage that oil does do to the environment, to the sea, to the communities, and then of course to the air. I think batteries are cleaner, and as we get a little bit, as I can see the technology moving, we're not going to require the kind of minerals and things that we think. Also, the way we've designed the car, we can continuously upgrade our batteries. We may be able to add to them and use what we have there for other things.
For the electrification of Project Thunderball, Viessmann partnered with German company Roding Mobility, who create state-of-the-art battery systems for automotive and aerospace industries, as well as the maritime sector.
We call ourselves as one of the worldwide fastest one-stop shops for electrification and specialists for mobility prototypes.
Gunter Riedel